All right. What's going on, bros? Good to see you, and welcome to the Empire.
If I died
He can't
trying to
die.
fight these things, what am I using here, Dread?
Oh, man.
So unlike Quick Shot,
He
that
can
is
make a
an
game,
ability that you can press and
but he
hold,
can't play it.
Kind of roots you in place, so it's
No, he
you
doesn't have
gotta-
heals and
You
stuff
gotta
like that.
use that at the right time, but you do get a lot of payoff if you can pull off the whole thing. So the longer that you charge it, the more damage it does.
I need to get some of my health back. I
Decent
apologize,
quick health
stream.
regen.
Let me just say that whenever we do these recordings and I am piloting, right, I have this very well thought out outline and plan about how things are going to go, and
And it all goes to
somehow
shit.
Something happens and it just doesn't.
Yeah,
it doesn't work.
he
I don't
had
know why.
Like when
he had
one person
every
says
step
everyone has a plan
of
to
their
get punched
plan.
in the face.
How
Right.
he was going to go through each ability, and he was going to go through these things, and then all of a sudden he pulled an extra 2 mobs, you know, and he was going to die, and he died.
No plan
on
survives
stream.
contact with the enemy. So I turned on this cheat code, which doesn't let me die if I fall below 1 hit point. So every time you see me drop to 1 hit point, know that I would have normally just died there, and you guys can, take a shot of water or something.
Point for the Minotaur.
Yeah, point for the Minotaur. Okay, so by the way, you guys are seeing this is early morning here on the Varen Riverlands.
So we see a name
and
plate that
you'll
far
see
away.
that there's a lot of
pretty
weather
distant.
effects that are happening right here.
Look
There's
at
there's some pollen
mist.
because we're in the middle of spring, but
Oh,
it's
there's a
also
lot
early
of spell
morning, so we
effects.
have this fog layer that's rolling
Hopefully
through.
you can take all that stuff off
Of course,
for the lower end game,
the aesthetics of Ashes of
computers.
Creation are very important. We've always
But
said that
the map
game
looks
systems
beautiful.
makes games fun.
In the distance,
and,
up
the game
close,
environment and the aesthetics make it
the beams of
make it
light.
beautiful and make
It's
it
very, very
immersive.
beautiful.
So
so let's
we
get
double
rid
down
of
on
it
both
all,
of those. But
so we can have a couple
Jeremy,
extra
talk to me a
frames
little
in
bit about these
PvP.
Minotaurs. Who are these
You know?
Minotaurs? Why are they here?
So
But
these
while we're
Minotaur-
leveling,
well,
we'll
prior to
enjoy
the
it.
fall, they were kind of just a nomadic, chaotic race. They're a race that really benefited when the player
yo,
races
Patuli, what's
left
going on, bro?
Or left for Sanctus. So they,
So
in the intervening time, they've
can't
gotten
hold the
stronger.
bow
They've kind of found
back,
some
it seems.
techniques, some help
like a
in
quick shot.
some ways from other
Those
entities
are
that
all
aren't
just
friendly.
auto attacks.
So they've really
then he's got a big
organized,
attack
got equipped,
that was charged.
and they're kind of actually excited to see the
Um,
players come back because
But
they
these
want
are
some
all
revenge. So
Yeah,
they are
they're-
looking for ways to. They have oral histories and things
soothing
that
as
tell
Grizzly.
of these people that
He, like,
held them
he
down
actually
and,
fell
and
asleep
hunted them, and they're brutally
at his
wanting
PC?
to exact that revenge.
Can I,
Wrath.
I'm gonna cheat
leveling
here
in
again because I
Northrend
just
was
wanna
a lot
get-
of fun
go up
too.
to them and get
Northrend
people to
was
look at
great
what
quests,
these Minotaurs
great
look like
quest
in the game.
lines.
So
So the Terragor is one of those clans or tribes. This one's the Raincaller, who has essence that kind of
And great
evokes
upgrade or great
water.
like
He has
that.
water
Wrath of the Lich King
abilities,
was probably the
throws
best.
water attacks and makes shields of water bubbles around them.
this guy is
Look at him.
amazing. Oh, I love the model work.
Even the eyes.
Done an amazing job on these, and
Oh,
and these
that's
are just
cool.
a shaman. These are kind of the ones that are divine and have a little bit of a connection there. There's much bigger ones, much more even scarier ones, like the Marauders and the Berserkers and even the Khan, which we've
Who
seen
did
called.
oh wow, look at that. I'm sorry, I'm just looking over in the distance and I see this giant like tower structure.
Yeah, that's the Tower of Carfin under a curse that is causing a lot of problems for the area too.
Oh, you're right. Actually, I think if we approach up here, we actually cross over into the boundary of Carfin, the wreckage of Carfin, right? It's like
Correct,
it's
yeah.
somewhere up here.
And Carfin was one of the great cities of the Aelan Empire. and
The
it's
world
now
looks great.
in ruin.
Ooh, there we go. Yes.
Oh, we've got to discover.
Mhm.
Oh, I see
there.
it.
Oh
That-
wow!
My friends that you're seeing
Off
in the
into the
distance
darkness or the distance.
is in Alpha 2, obviously.
Mhm.
And Jeremy, tell us a little bit about the tower and its and what?
There's going to be
you know,
so
just
many
a little
great
bit,
dungeons
nothing
to
give
do.
away too much, but just a little bit
There's
about
going to
the
be
tower.
a
What
lot
is-
of
what is the
content to
tower
explore.
from a player's
It was
perspective?
a focus of the mages and study of the Alien Empire. Carfin was a city that kind of had a great mage population, so it had a university there, and things went bad there during the last days of the fall. They made some desperate measures in a really awesome quest series that Scott's written up and implemented and things.
Awesome. So it's going to be a pretty fun tower that is intended for many groups to exist within and fight. Now, Trad, question. What type of weapon am I using? Thank you. What type of weapon am I using here?
This would be the longbow. So you can kind of tell, like, when you're shooting your basic attack, that the shots are a little bit slower but have more power behind them. Yeah,
So
I really
there's
like the
short
model
bows,
that
long
Atkins threw
bows,
together for this.
all types of
So
ranged.
good.
So
It's
many
of
weapon types.
Empyrean design,
And any
so
class,
the-
well, not
the
any class,
Empyrean
but a lot
bowmakers
of classes
the
can use
past,
different
maybe
weapons.
someone's remembered the
So your
techniques to make it.
skills are not
It looks
tied
so good.
to your weapon.
So
if you
now,
wanna go and shoot
Okay,
something
so you
with it,
can
like,
be,
go ahead and
you know, you
and
can be a
hold the
warrior
button
that
down.
uses
One thing that
daggers
we're
or
playing
two
around
hands
with this
or a
that we
bow.
haven't done
Quite
with
possibly.
our melee weapons is it has a contextual
And I think there's
behavior
hot
based on
swapping
if
multiple
you're
weapon
tapping
types.
the just pressing the button versus holding it. So kind of like Snipe, you can actually hold these attacks, and instead of
But you
doing
may
just a
not be
rapid
good with the
fire,
weapon.
Sorry, just-
Exactly.
Trad, 1 second. Something
Sure.
happened. These little birds just spawned right near me, and they're like eating on the ground. If I move, will they move?
I hope so.
I hope so.
Okay, let's see.
let's find out.
Birds. How are you just gonna sit here and let me run around you?
And it might be because
What are they doing? They're just kind
he's
of
in
they're
GM
eating,
mode.
I guess. Oh,
he
no.
he fucked it because.
Okay, wait. What do you want me to do this
Oh,
on?
maybe not. Okay.
Hold your Q button and charge up an attack.
Houston, we might have a problem. All right, ladies and gentlemen, get your shots of water ready. We may be a little early. I'm so sorry. Let me see if I can.
Don't worry, you have God mode.
Perfect. Oh, I know. It's true. It's true. I just don't want to.
Give the Minotaur another.
Oh.
Yep.
Whoa, what was that?
Charge.
Did he charge me?
He got you.
He died there.
He's hitting you with those water bolts.
Oh, that's kind of cool. So I can jump while shooting this.
But these bow hits,
Now just imagine that I have a lot more health.
they're
Nobody
and
look
all
at
of
my
these
health.
skills
Don't look at my health.
are
What are they shooting at us, Jeremy?
tab target.
Those are from their casting this water.
So
bolt,
range
this
is
really
tab
hardened
target.
Water that's just slamming into you for
Which
force
means that range going to
damage.
be really, really
hits,
strong.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. All right, Trad, I apologize. I am now going to
Finding that balance
appropriately
between
engage
range and
from the
melee
correct
are going to be
Get the jump on
difficult.
'em.
positions. Okay, so something cool about the longbow. Oh, now they fly away. Look at that. The birds are flying. Something cool about the longbow is that, as opposed to the short bow, you are able to actually hold and charge each of the basic attacks. Is that correct?
Enough gap close
Yep.
and CC, yeah.
And doing so, what does that
these
do
these
for the
guys
weapon user?
have played games forever.
Currently, it's just
Um,
a damage increase, but
Balancing
we
is
can
going to
do
be
all
the
sorts
most
of things
difficult thing.
with this later, like,
We'll see how they
if
do
you're
it.
Charging it up longer, then you can set up some kind of status effect combo. There's all kinds of things that we can do with it. But yeah, right now, it just increases the damage. And so, for example, one thing you could do is you could do 2 basic shots and then charge the final shot, and that would give you like a big spike of damage there at the end. So
Oh, that's
each
cool.
would be charged individually.
Wow, that's pretty cool. And now we have some abilities that we talked about. These are from the Ranger archetype. Of course, we're not going to show everything that the Ranger has, but we are going to give you guys some ideas of the abilities in its kit. What is this first ability called? This is Snipe?
Yeah, this is Snipe. This is the one I was talking about earlier, where it's kind of like the basic attack, but a lot more powerful. You can hold this, and when you see that little flash there at the end, that indicates that it's fully charged.
That's a
you can-
strong
Nice.
ability.
Yeah, you can keep holding it in case you want to, like, you know, wait for the target to get low before you know, bring them down if they're getting healed. All kinds of things that you can do, but after a certain point, it stops getting charged and it reaches max damage.
Oh, that's cool.
He's healing.
Oh,
So he's healing.
Healing.
Huh.
Now what happens? Let's get into that environment where I'm getting chased by a few creatures. Hold on. Let's see if I can find a couple more.
He's gonna
because
die
I know
again.
There's another ability we have called Airstrike, which is kind of cool.
Yes, there's a lot of PvP in this game.
Really cool.
Lot of PvP.
So now let's say
There's
for example,
caravans
as a ranger, I
from
have
city
these
to city
creatures,
that you can
and
raid
this melee
or
guy is on
protect.
me and I want to reposition.
There's instance PvP. There's castle
Tell me a little
sieges.
bit about
It's
what
a pure
Airstrike
P. Yeah,
does.
this game is all about PvP
Airstrike
in the
does
end.
a lot of things. It
Oh,
moves
wow.
the
Look at
character
that.
in the direction that you're facing, and it rains free
Or it
projectiles
will.
down in the path that you're going.
You can even be a monster.
And each of
We'll
those
see if that
projectiles
comes
does
if that
damage,
comes out.
AoE,
But you can even raid
also
people's cities.
targets. So you could think of this more
And,
as like
like,
not
upgrade
quite
your
a
monster
Pokemon
token.
ability, but it's definitely up there.
Yeah, that
That's
ability
crazy,
is
that
so
mobility.
rad. I love using it.
You can see it's
Yeah.
channeling nature essence to cause roots to come up and bind to grab the Minotaur and hold them.
And now this quick shot ability, by the way, that I see it has a debuff that looks like the quick shot icon on the target. What's that doing?
So basically, each shot of quick shot will increase the damage of the next application of that specific attack against the target. So it kind of encourages to unload all three of your charges